It was guys like me who looked at it and go, ooh, hey, they're gonna off in front of us. Let's go.
Could you what? Could you?
Have you guys been to any like super crazy, weird, abstract or niche shows before? Maybe even makes you uncomfortable.
Like Cirque du Soleil, like that?
No,
If it
like
makes you uncomfortable.
When the guys are holding each other and they're standing on top, that makes me a little...
no, the Tijuana Donkey Show.
Oh, like that.
I've been to some drag shows that make me uncomfortable.
What makes uncomfortable? Like what?
Whenever they get like way too sexual with their jokes towards people in the crowd.
Like when they do crowd work? That's their version of crowd work?
Yeah, lots of drag queens love to try to do like crowd work with like whatever straight man they can find in the crowd and try to make him feel like uncomfortable.
What do? They make a motorboat them or something?
It might be like something like that, or trying to like convince them that they're more into drag queens than their wife that they're with or something. This kind of thing.
The only thing that makes me uncomfortable at drag shows is the lack of talent in a lot of them.
Ooh, sick bird.
That is the difference. Like, there's a huge separate.
Yeah, there's a big like. There's some drag shows that they're really good at something, and then some that just use it as a, oh, I'm gonna be entertaining, but you don't have a skill.
Yeah, you're just a...
The same thing happens in burlesque. Like there's burlesque people that are really good, and they can capture that like essence, and then there's some that are just like
They just wear the guitar.
you're forced to appreciate this.
Yeah.
It's like that's not fair.
For my friend's bachelor party, right? Like it was a burlesque show in Hollywood, and I was thinking, ooh, like Moulin Rouge, you know. And we got there, and it was like, if you can imagine, the Walmart version of people that are doing burlesque because they want to feel hot, but they're not.
It's like
hot.
you're helping them.
It was like the ugliest motherfuckers, dude. Like, it was like you couldn't make it to a real burlesque show, so you're doing this, trying to be sexy, and the whole time I wanted to vomit.
That's what I think the misconception is. It's like that art form, like there's a tantalizing kind of like, or a comedy to it.
Yeah.
But it's not just a pass to put garter belts on construction equipment. Like that's not sexy.
Yeah.
That's how, like, dude. And then the best one was like a gay dude that was fit.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he was really like
It's normally supposed to be hard to do.
an artist about it, right? But then, obviously, I'm not enjoying it that much because I want to see a hot girl that's fit.
Or you want to see somebody that's like doing something good.
Or someone who knows how to dance. Like,
Yeah, they weren't doing anything. It was just a fat girl in lingerie or like an old lady.
That's what I
And
mean.
then it was like, and I'm like, oh, man, what the fuck, dude? And everyone's in the crowd going, yay! And I was like, seriously, dude?
I think there's like a side to that where it's just like on the amateur side, they're celebrating their body confidence, I guess, at the end of the day. But it's not like for the actual art of being a good at burlesque.
I think that's the only uncomfortable part.
Well, I think we got duped, right? Because we thought it was gonna be like, oh shit, burlesque night. And then you have an idea going in. Imagine if you were like, hey, I'm going to Chippendales, and you go in, there's a bunch of fat fucking dudes.
That's funny though.
That is hilarious.
Like Chris Farley.
It was funny.
If they're being funny, that's cool.
It was funny, right? But it
But
was.
if they're actually trying to turn you on and like they're trying, like they're
You're
getting
like,
up in
come
your,
on, man.
they're like putting their abs all up in your face.
Exactly. And then you got rolls, and he's fucking lifting a titty and putting it in your face and shit. And you're like, bro, that's not what I came here for.
Because for burlesque, there is a charisma aspect where like, even if, like, yeah, she's supposed to be fat, but she's hilarious. Like, there's a thing that's like,
No, it was nothing. It was just, it was like they woke up one day.
you can't just be out of shape. Like, that doesn't make sense.
You gotta be able to command the stage a little bit.
Like, I woke up one day to be hot. But it's a big facade. Like, everyone's playing into this fucking weird. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
So in Stuttgart, there is a particular choreographer or artiste named Florentina Holzinger. She is 38. She's known for freewheeling performances that blur the line between dance theater and vaudeville. Her all-female cast typically performs partially or fully naked, and previous shows have included live sword swallowing, tattooing, masturbation,
Live tattooing.
Masturbation.
and action paintings with blood and excitement and stuff like that.
Sounds pretty.
You probably don't want to add all those together on the same.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide variety.
Well, she put out a new show called Sancta or whatever. it's being criticized right now because 18 people who over 2 days, 8 on the first day and 10 on the second day, are now treated for severe nausea and have left because they were throwing up or not feeling well and went to the hospital after witnessing this type of show.
Yeah.
Oh, from watching it?
Just from watching?
Because that's what I felt like at the burlesque show. I wanted to vomit.
How did they end up at this show? Like, was it not advertised as being like?
It was guys like me who looked at it and go, ooh, hey, they're going to jack off in front of us. Let's go.
Could you watch?
I just didn't read the rest.
Could you watch a show like this? Do you think?
Well, what would have popped out to me is, wait, there's live masturbation. I never seen that shit before.
You never seen that?
I don't think I've seen that.
In a show setting, not in a formal setting.
On a stage?
A blood painting.
That's fucking gross.
See, even in an interview, this artiste once said, "Good technique in dance to me is not just someone who can do a perfect tendu, but also someone who can urinate on cue."
Hey, I mean, if it's a shock opera, then that's what you're.
Dude, I could piss on cue. Just give me a hell of water.
3, 2.
I just peed though.
Imagine you just start. We're like, damn.
Geyser.
Now that's a show.
Do you guys know about the legend G.G. Allen?
No.
He's like a metal artist from back in the day that used to. He was just berserk, totally nuts guy. But his metal shows, if you ever see videos of him, this fool will literally take a diarrhea on stage and then, like, get a girl from the audience, grab her by her hair, drag her to the shit, and wipe it on her.
This is real?
That's metal, bruh.
Is that legal to do at a show?
Rub the shit on himself, run into the crowd, and just
You like sign waivers before you go into the show. But still,
psychotic. But people, they would go to his shows because they like that.
That's what my friend did to his little sister's dolls.
He diarrheaed on her doll.
He would rub it in dog shit in front of her
Oh, you remember? You mentioned that.
to get a reaction, and I was like, that is some fucked up shit.
That is fucked up.
But the
yeah.
way she got mad was so funny. Is like one of those things where it's like, okay, now I know why you do it.
Yeah.
Because she would hyperventilate.
Pretty funny, yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, I've never seen someone react like this before.
Do it again. Do it again.
Hide all the paper bags.
Where do you think the line
I
is
was
at?
in like 3rd grade. Huh?
What do you think the line is at for art when it just becomes like shock shit and it's not art anymore?
To me, what's the difference between that and a fucking Thailand pussy pong show?
Well, I think, for example, if there's like...
I like that.
Like, for example, I went to see a show in Amsterdam, and they shoot out ping pongs out of their vaginas type
Yeah.
stuff.
They copied it from the Thai girls.
Sure.
Yeah.
How many can they do though?
But the difference is it wasn't just a matter of like quantity and the fact that it happened. It was like, it would happen like on musical cue.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then to me, I'm like, okay, it's still got an artistic, value to this.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes down to. So like if something is shock value, but like it worked, it was like the lighting happened at the right time and
Yeah.
Pyrotechnics.
it was well thought. It's like, okay, that's still theatrical.
Yeah, but if I fucking... If we're farting, like it's a fart musical, like that's still art, right? But it's
Yeah, if it's on key,
if it's on key.
that would be incredible to see somebody fart a song on like.
And it's one guy?
It'd be more impressive if it was like 5 guys and they all did a different note.
Yeah, see, that's
That
cool.
would be insane.
Barbershop acapella or whatever. Yeah. Quartet.
Well, I know.
Wait, you saw a show where girls were shooting ping pongs out of their vagina?
Yeah, in Amsterdam.
So my question is, how many
Thanks for the invite.
do they load it up in front of you, or they just have them preloaded? And how many do they?
They load it up at home.
Yeah.
No, seriously, they do, right?
And how many could they?
They load it up in front of you. It all culminates to a live sex show at the end, and the stage turned. So like at the very end, it turned and there was a bed there, and there was a guy and a girl, and
But how many?
going off.
How many do they shoot out of their vagina? Is my question.
If you need to know,
I'm really curious.
I honestly think it was like 4.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
like just because someone's doing that in black and white film, does that make it art? You know
No.
what I mean?
No.
That's what this feels like to me when,
It's just a.
when they do shock shit and they try to pass it off as art. It's like you're jackass, but you're just like freaking using different music.
If you diarrhea on stage and you drag a girl through it, that
That was metal though. That wasn't this. This is trying to be high art.
should be they should all be arrested.
It's not. It's like
It's hard to say, right? Because like if it's provocative,
Sure, there's a
people
demographic
wanna-
for it.
And yeah, and also she's doing it like it's her career. People know who she is, and people go to their shows. It's like same thing, right?
It just reminds you of those dancers that like, you know, like they're doing like a video and then the slow pan out and they're about to start and they're feeling it so hard and it looks so emotional and then they suck. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? And then they're not good. It's like, no, you don't get to have the package of. You almost don't. You're almost not allowed to have feelings yet.
Yeah.
You still have to get good at the thing. You know, like
Because it's performative.
yeah, exactly. It reminds you of that. It's like, hey, you're doing things out of order, man.
Yeah.
Like you still got to get good at it.